The Aztecs fall to Boise State 34-31 in their conference opener, and in doing so, put themselves behind the 8 ball in their quest to make it to the Mountain West Conference title game. Steve Perez here with Louis Weiner on Aztecs All In, the podcast that is all in on San Diego State University Aztec athletics. And Louis, what do you have to say about this game?
Well, it was a fun game, I thought. Very competitive. I thought both teams were equal. I mean, I don't think Boise is much better than San Diego State, and I don't think San Diego State is much worse than Boise. But the key to this, Steve, were 2 Jalen Mayden fumbles.
Yes, and if you look at the scoring by quarter, the Aztecs actually outdid Boise State in the first, outscoring them 7-0, and there were a numerous 3-and-outs. They had done a pretty good job holding down Boise State in that first quarter. And then the second quarter, Boise State exploded for 17 points. The Aztecs left some points on the board in the first quarter with the fumble by Jalen Mayden on about the 1-inch line. And in talking to Coach Brady Hoke after the game, turning the ball over like that really hurt.
2 fumbles that, we got to do a better job taking care of the football. 2 field goals, and the one may have been a little bit near the range, but, Jack usually makes all those. So we got a lot of things. We didn't tackle very well defensively, which surprised me because of the way we practice. But we've got to clean that up and clean up. You can't have, penalties that knock you back. And those are the ones that, we talk about. We got to be a lot smarter. We can't be mentally lazy.
Steve, this was a game filled with big chunk plays from both teams. San Diego State got off to a tremendous start at the beginning of the game. The opening kickoff, Keenan Christon ran it back 71 yards, and San Diego State, for all intents and purposes, looked like they were going to score a touchdown at the beginning, and Jalen Mayden fumbled. And then coming back, they got a 3-and-out. Then Des Malone ran a punt return, 36 yards, and the Aztecs were able to take advantage with a 34-yard touchdown pass to Balaam Brooks. Then in the third quarter, San Diego State started great again. A 3-and-out. Eric Butler with a sack for 11-yard loss. Boise State had to punt. San Diego State got the ball. 22-yard pass to Brooks. A field goal try by Jack Browning, and he missed. And then Boise came back, hit a field goal, took a 20-17 lead, and I think that's where the game sort of turned when the Aztecs could not take advantage of that 3-and-out, and then they had a missed field goal, Steve.
Getting blanked in the third quarter when you had the opportunity to put points on the board. In any game, you sort of point to these key areas and say, well, that could be a turning point. It was a compendium of events. It's a team game. It's a team loss. Both sides of the ball. The defense gave up some big plays after playing well. The offense with the turnovers, but also played well, put up 31 points total. So, again, a team game. And all I could say is it was a frustrating loss if you were a fan following this game.
Absolutely. Jalen Mayden played a great game other than the 2 fumbles, 16 for 22, 241 yards in the air. At one point, he hit his first 12 passes before he had an incompletion, and he carried the ball 16 times for 85 yards. But after the game, he was talking about those 2 fumbles.
Really just goes back to, I want to say 3 weeks ago was the interceptions versus UCLA. Oregon State was overthrowing touchdowns, and now the fumbles are just, I got to play a complete game, and, it starts with me. As far as tonight, I did feel like I was in a rhythm, and I kept it, but just like Coach said, I just can't have turnovers, can't allow myself to make those mistakes. We work the drill all the time, kind of just stumble over somebody, and I just got to keep 2 hands on the ball and keep it up on my chest. I had 2 hands on it, but I had it kind of tilted sideways, and that allowed the ball to slip through my hands. And just got to rely on coaching when stuff like that happens.
Jalen Mayden on what would otherwise have been a really good night, because in addition to the yards passing that he piled up. He also gained 85 yards on the ground and scored a touchdown for the Aztecs, and a long run of 16 yards, averaged 5.3 yards a carry, with the exception of the issues handling the ball and those two fateful plays. The Aztecs played fairly well offensively. Some great passes were thrown, some great receivers made some great plays, some great catches. Balin Brooks had 5 catches for 117 yards and caught touchdown. Breon Penny had a breakout night with 5 catches for 97 yards. Mark Redmond with a big catch. A host of Aztecs also had single catches, so a great job distributing the ball. But on the other side, the Aztecs did some really good things on defense, holding Boise State to 3 and out on a number of drives, but then big plays started happening, and that was from the legs and determined running of Ashton Ginty. He lit the Aztecs up.
Man, he's good. He's good. He's slippery, isn't he?
23 carries, 205 yards. He had the longest one was 58, and that was for the big touchdown.
And they couldn't bring him down, Steve. They couldn't bring him down. He even stopped middle way just to move around. They couldn't get him down.
Yeah, he's a talented runner, determined, not big, 5'9" on the chart, shade around 200, but difficult to bring down. There were some Aztecs who would get a grip on him and then couldn't bring him to the turf. And there were a number of times during this game where several Aztecs had their hands on him, trying to bring him down, and that's what it took. And once he got into open space, Aztecs had really a hard time.
Forget about it.
Yeah, trying to make contact and trying to tackle. And so Cedarious Barfield was one of many Aztecs who spent a night chasing around after Ashton Ginty on a really big night.
I mean, first of all, respect to Boise State. You know, the running back number 2, Ginty, real good back. You know, ran him very hard, but like Coach said, I felt as though, so in our defensive philosophy, our second thing is everyone to the ball in a bad humor. I did feel as though we were running to the ball, but kind of not getting there, trying to make the play, you know, just running there just to run there. Like Coach said, we did have a very good week of practice, so this one kind of hurts, knowing that there was just some stuff that we could have controlled to, you know, come out on top. Like I said, he is a very good back, but, I mean, we were just stomping our feet. Like I said, we were running to the ball but not looking to finish. So, yeah, that's really on us. Like I said, coaches always put us in position to be successful. And as players play. So we have to, you know, make the play.
And Barfield knows, as anyone following this team this season knows, there is no breathing room between this loss and the next game coming up, because the Aztecs will be traveling to Colorado Springs to take on the Air Force. So they've got to get right back into the practice mode and do their scouting and see what they can do against another very good Mountain West team.
A very good Mountain West team, Steve, that runs the ball very well. So it'll be another huge challenge for San Diego State next Saturday against Air Force. That'll do it for this edition of Aztecs All In. Thank you so much for listening. Please follow us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. You can also reach us at aztecsallin@gmail.com and follow us on X, formerly Twitter, Aztecs_all_in. Aztecs lose to Boise State 34-31. For Steve Perez, I'm Louis Weiner. We'll see you next time.